Smart, smart, do. We are the children, the children of God. Come, come, come. We change our world. We have what it takes to do it smart and make it smart. Welcome to our Smart Do.
Okay, hello pupils. Welcome to today's C.R.E lesson. We are discussing about Jesus Christ showing obedience to God. And we start by defining the term obedience. What do you understand by the term obedience? Yes, it's a good child. Obedience is the submissiveness to authority. Obedience can be described as the submissiveness to the authority, or doing the willingness to do what one is required to by the authority without being pushed or forced to do so. And Jesus Christ showed his obedience to God. And how, class, did Jesus Christ show his obedience to God? Yes, very good. Jesus showed his obedience to God by accepting to die on the cross so that he would save mankind, as he had been instructed by God, his Father in heaven. And we trace the journey of Jesus dying on the cross, from the book of Luke, chapter 22. Luke, chapter 22, verse 39 to 49. And from Luke chapter 22, verse 39 to 49, we begin with where Jesus went to pray in the Garden of Gethsemane. Are you there in verse 22, chapter 22, verse 39 to 49? Very good. So Jesus went to the Garden of Gethsemane in the Garden of Gethsemane. And when Jesus went to pray in the Garden of Gethsemane, how many disciples was he with, class? Very good. He was with his 3 disciples, as you mentioned it, P, J, and J. That is Peter, John, and James. And while he was praying in the Garden of Gethsemane, he was praying for God to strengthen him, because he knew that his time to die and save humankind had already come. And while he was praying, how did his sweat turn to? Very good. His sweat looked like blood. Okay, here he was praying for God to strengthen him so that he would face the mission. He would face and accomplish the mission that God had sent him to accomplish, that is saving humankind. And as he was praying, the angel of God appeared to him and strengthened him. And after praying, since he had left the disciples at a short distance, what did he meet the disciples doing after he finished praying? Yes, wonderful. He found the disciples asleep. And was Jesus happy when he found the disciples asleep? Okay, he wasn't happy. And why wasn't he happy? Very good, because they didn't obey him. They were supposed to obey him and pray as Jesus was praying. So when he found them asleep, what did he do? Very good. He woke them up and reminded them to pray. So he found disciples. He found disciples asleep and woke them up and reminded them to pray. Them and he reminded the disciples to pray so that they would not fall into temptations. And after Jesus finished praying, there was a crowd, that is now his arrest. There was a crowd that came, and who led this crowd that came to arrest Jesus? Class? Very good. The crowd was led by Judas. Led by Judas. And as we all know, Judas was one of the disciples. And what else do we know about Judas except being one of the disciples? Yes, Judas was also the disciple who betrayed Jesus. And why did Judas betray Jesus, class? Wonderful. Judas betrayed Jesus because of his love or his greed for money. He betrayed him for very good 30 silver coins. So after the crowd followed Jesus, came being led by Judas. How did the crowd or the people who arrested Jesus, how did they identify Jesus, class? Very good. They identified Jesus through him kissing Jesus. And when Judas kissed Jesus, Jesus knew it, and he asked Judas, why do you betray the Son of Man with a kiss? From there, the disciples weren't happy with the action, and they asked Jesus if they would use their swords, but Jesus didn't allow them to use their swords. But Simon Peter cut one of the disciples' ear. And what did Jesus do after Simon Peter cut off the disciples' ear? Very good. He healed this man, this soldier, whose ear was cut. And class, after arrest, where was Jesus taken? Very good. He was taken to the high priest. And what was the name of the high priest? Very good. The name of the high priest was Caiaphas. And Caiaphas lived in Anna's house. And when he was taken to the high priest, what kind of accusations did he receive? Very good. They were religious accusations. And from there he was taken to Pilate. And then Pilate too, where he received political accusations. And then he was taken to, very good, he was taken to Herod when Pilate learned that Jesus was from Galilee. And from there he was taken back to Pilate, where after Pilate he was crucified. So we find out that throughout the journey of Jesus, he obeyed God. He remained loyal to God without questioning him until he met his death. And even while he was praying, he remained obedient to God and asked God to allow his will to be done. And not Jesus' will, but he asked God to allow his will to be done. So as young Christians also, we learn that we should remain obedient to God. We should obey God. And we show our obedience to God by obeying his commandments. And there is a song that goes, trust, the title of the song is Trust and Obey. And it goes, trust and obey, for there is no other way to be happy in Jesus, but trust and obey. So as young Christians, let us remain obedient to God by obeying his commandments. Thank you.